guys while watching.
Switch up their strategy almost immediately. Understand that the change has pace. The pace has changed. There you go. Just how, like the turns are tabled, they honestly understand already the kinds of pieces that they bring to the table. No longer just chess, no longer just checkers. Mobile Legends Bang Bang is like, God, it's going by so fast. See how all these two teams understand each other to this level. Again, very odd to see a first pick Uranus, but RRQ, they may have figured out, okay, we need a super solid offlaner, a super solid explainer, so that Sid can do good things on the Aldous. How about we try it again? Let's roll it back to game 1. But it's, you see, Herod picked up, and that is not good, because again, Herod, he really likes when he gets free roll, basically free. He's independent in that lane. He doesn't need any help, right? And Zin, on his own, you can't really set up for any games. You are there alone. If your team decides to go outside and get a kill, it's not because of you. Because this Aldous has no way of setting up for his team. What they need right now is someone to be able to do some CC, and honestly, Jawhead is up for grabs. Ruby has been banned out. Yes, Jawhead
Wala magunin na tarong ina.
specific hero now.
Yeah, when looking at the lineup, things are moving so fast because the bans are almost over, and I have barely any screen time right now. ONIC Philippines, in terms of the draft, they have a lot of speed. They have a lot of reach inside of RRQ. Opposite, they're all early right now. So actually, inside of ONIC Philippines, I think if they somehow find room to have a Louis, that would be great, just because, again, this is what RRQ is doing. This is totally different. Both these teams, they're going for a super different proposition. But again, inside of ONIC, the higher doing work. And Esmeralda, this is the hero that I actually want to talk about, but I feel like you guys talk about it so much. Esmeralda is good going up against the Carmen as well as this race.
What do they want to wrap up the drafts? This has been really fast, like you said, Rafael. Very, very fast. But RRQ now, with the Lancelot, Albus, and the Uranus, what do they want to finish it up with?
Range.
Exactly.
There you go, guy.
Need some range.
Give me. No, God. You know what?
The right one. Just a quick finesse check. The last thing that RRQ were doing was they were choking out Delarski. So I think this is a panic pickup on the Esmeralda, but I'm not sure if ONIC Mage is as comfortable with that right here. Yeah, alright, let's see what RRQ picks up here. Again, some range is going to be really good. Blaze, Louis once more, and Unexpected range will not come back in this game. Aldous going into the lane, Uranus XP, and ONIC Philippines with the Natalia. This was bad last game. Beloyski coming in to play this once more. I love that there's a lot of just fine points for ONIC PH. Like, they deal damage exactly where they want to. They can move as they want to, and they have huge range. RRQ, though, as we were talking, in that last phase of the draft, we did mention they needed range, they needed some magical damage. They kind of did good on one point of that, but they seem so all in, they seem so dive heavy.
Okay, but right now, let's look at the speed of the draft, because I feel like this is not something that we talked about, but by
Ngata guys, ngata.
I feel like they're speeding up the draft just because they don't want their head to be out of the game. While they're still having this kind of momentum, even when you're losing, you still have to build up. I feel like they really want to get into the game as fast as possible so that they're
Ay dili di ay katong tambok day aga Natalia.
their reflexes, their instincts, they're still on point right now. Let's go into the game. Potentially the last game between RRQ going up against ONIC Philippines. Right now, we are looking at
Sila bisag magawan lang ta.
Yeah, and not just that, but ONIC Philippines have actually drafted 4 magic damage heroes here, so it is going to be very easy for Uranus to itemize, especially early on with the Oracle perhaps just picked up into
Yeah,
but that is a difficult lineup, a matchup given that it needs an Esmeralda, so the shields are going to be heated up quickly. Oh, look at this, Beloyski not letting Sim play.
same as game number 1, except instead of Selena, now is the Natalia having an assassin roamer, just making sure that Zin doesn't have a good time farming, and if Zin doesn't have a good time farming, he is more prone to mistakes.
Very prone to mistakes. You know, mistakes, they don't even need to make a mistake. All they need to do is zone it completely, and he won't even be a part of the game. He won't even come to the team fights, because if he's that behind, there's nothing they can do. Again, Beloyski already making his way to the top side. Face will be able to catch him in his tracks, but again, the damage has been done. The Scoop Pro will not be able to roam anywhere except for that top side to give Zin
some room to play.
I have an interesting thesis statement, and I'm not sure if it's gonna pan out well in the duration of this match. I think picking up the Kufra here for Vin later on in the draft is a clear, I don't know, preemptive counter to the Natalia. In the late game, when things get a little hairy, it's a good way to block the softies on the side of RRQ HOSHI. It's not there yet, but having the block before the Natalia showdown is a great way to kind of stop that even before it showed up. Because again, RRQ HOSHI, Kodacho knows that Maloyski has this, so maybe, just maybe, that was there to make it a hard stop.
Absolutely, but look at this. RRQ is actually located. R7 is going to be caught in a bad situation. He wasn't going to stop unable to connect, but it is going to be instantly from R7 the dash to get away. Lancelot already hitting onto his turtle. The setup is there for the side of RRQ. Let's see if he commit onto it. Clay is going to be bursted down. Kyrie goes in for the entropy. Is able to get some damage onto him. It's going to be Clay going back in onto Boloyski. Bit now rotating and joining in. Boloyski has nowhere to go, and Albert picks up first blood. That is 1-0 to the Indonesian runners up.
Right now, this is well again. Natalia doesn't mind. She's okay if she dies on early on because that's not part of her. She's not the part. She's just gonna really make sure to decide on her Yoshi. Everyone is the counter.
I feel na Pilipinas lang sa kalam.
Kind of seems except this things that you want to do right now. Boloyski see that Albert over there. Instead of ONIC Philippines, have a slight right now, no pressure going in from either of the teams.
Yeah, and actually Zen has been able to be relatively safe in that top side. They've been able to be as far as the Selena. So right now it's actually beating for RRQ as they have pushed on to
Yawan ito ba nito may mabagay ni birthday ba?
but Marky and Kyrie is going to rotate for the top side using the entropy and his month once it goes. Well, it is going to be trade. So just a third minute for the turtle. Not just yet though, because Finn and Clay have made their way to the top side. The diversion doing for it already. They shooting the turret. That's the wait a minute, Kyrie needs to be careful. He's not going for him. He's going to be jumping in. That's going to charge by David back onto him. That is going to be Clay. Still alive for the impact. Picks him up. Oh, that kill has been coming back into hatred. And now it is just a 1-for-1 on that top side. The juggler for the mid laner.
4 minutes in, Baloyski is going to continue his duty, his sworn duty to make it
Napagawa
simple to
ako,
play. But one thing I may say, RRQ HOSHI, so far, that investment in the cover by Vin is paying off.
Very much so, yeah. And this is the thing. RRQ, they're actually able to turn around the goal leads. And 98 to them, even though it's just a small little goal lead, and snowball from this Vin already going aggressively onto Boloyski. Clay looking for the play right now as Boloyski will be able to get some help from Hatred. And in that top side, it is still a very fair match. Sin still able to put away without losing. Oh! RRQ jumps in and actually Marky caught out. That is the diversion you want. That is a diversion you need. RRQ gets one off the board one more time.
You know what, guy?
What we're looking for that yield, but right now
Baan si Day?
onto R7. R7 should be fine over here, but right now RRQ HOSHI, they are again, we're talking about it. Zip is actually doing fine. He's lane not so, but him as a player, Aldo's as a
Oh, Clay is a bit off. Coming in, exactly. Hatred jumping in, looking to cancel. Clay
Bali pa dyan, Day?
one.
Bali pa dyan ni Clay, bay?
Being able to get away with it.
Natalia, oh!
Hey, goals.
Copy Albert, Day! What?
Under the tier 2.
Nood, Albert, Day!
But I'll take it now. And ladies and gentlemen, if y'all can't hear it,
Bali!
y'all
Hala! Hala!
are actually shouting. This is the RRQ that we know and love.
Kuno, kulbaan ang taga-Pinas. Di ko taga-Pinas.
Set this out.
Ayan na reply ah. Tawa oh. Oh, tawa oh. Kapit na matay oh si Clay. Ala, matay!
and this
Patay!
against the Louis is very, very dangerous because we do have to remember every single time
Another
that she
you.
throws out that dispersion at first kill, she will get the shield every single time that it changes color when it connects to an enemy hero. So for the side of RRQ HOSHI, 5 kills to 1. We are looking much better than game number 1, and this just shows how much 5 minutes means to a world-class team, because even though you're losing 2 games,
Albert going for Marky. Some onboard won't save you now. But maybe it will. Marky outweighs Albert. And Boloyski is going to go to the backside, but Sin's going to be able to pick up a kill right now.
Oh! Bang! 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 Patay! Patay! RRQ! Patay! Ala, bang! Patay, Jun.
It's going to be Kyrie picking it up. 2
Baloyski jumping
Jump, guy. Mingay. Ay, Mingay. Okay. Dali. Na. Ha?
Right now in this game, RRQ Hoshi are looking so much more hard. For the side of ONIC Philippines, they are behind. However, in terms of scaling, they still have scaling. They have the Nathan, Nathan as well as the Harry. But like you said, they're all match damage. So from the side of RRQ Hoshi, they can idolize this very, very well. And I'm looking at R7. I feel like he can be a nuisance after getting 2 items. After he has his Oracle, after he has the Green Armor, I feel like it should be no problem for him to scout out for everyone on the side of ONIC Philippines. And this first pick, greatest is working out just because, like you said, RRQ Hoshi, they need to as long as the side hits are 1. ONIC Philippines, you can't play the banana split, just be an apple.
And it's at the point where it's less than eyeing ONIC Philippines. It's just getting that blunt object that R7 needs to force through the timing to be able to make sure that, again, the banana split doesn't happen. And so far, 2 games in a row, ONIC PH have shocked the system. ONIC PH have surprised all of us. And right now, they're bearing down on a zig.
Pag ipon namatay. Patay yun.
But that is 4 ultimates popped in for ONIC PH. RRQ will be able to look for objectives all the way on the other side of the map.
Nas, Kairi, wala ka. Turtle.
Onto Dolarski with the help of Ben. Albert going in for the Phantom
Nanukod sila, oy.
Finding Baloyski, but he's still able
Gabi,
to
ning Clay,
and
wey. Lah.
juke him away as Albert will just choose to go for orange.
Na, Clay Thompson.
Right now, ONIC Philippines, a little bit low in terms of gold. I'm looking at Kyrie on his Nathan. When can he actually make the phase? And it's actually very difficult because again, this Spider-Man's Albert on this Lancelot, who's going to help him heal the play when this Albert, when this Aldous is going to go crazy in the backlines. And I'm not sure. Do you have thoughts on this?
Yeah, that's a fair assessment, and that is a legitimate question to ask because ONIC PH, it looks like they're all offense, no defense. They need to play on the head here, and they need to catch RRQ Hoshi off guard. But so far, in this 9-minute game, 8 minutes, 40 seconds, it's
Sakita!
playing it blasted just like that.
Beautiful play by Baloyski.
Pinisigapan!
By 1 Thorn Rose, but it is worth it for ONIC. That is a roamer for the price of their mid laner. ONIC Philippines now still on the board, 8-5 with 2 turrets to their name.
There's the question again. At some point, how can Baloyski continue doing this? At some point, like, the players on the side of RRQ Hoshi, if say this does go the distance, maybe past 16, 17 minutes, then Natalia will just be literally walking wars. It's just vision. You can use silence, yes, but who are you there to burst? Clay?
Sinitan Harit
It's
doy.
going to be on you, and then everyone else will be able to just weave through your softies, like Kyrie and Marky. So, yeah, maybe Dolarski. That is one solid answer. Maybe Dolarski, but he should be dealing with R7.
Ako lagi, kumapil lagi kong pingkay lagi.
RRQ Hoshi, just right out play. Look at this.
Oh, look at that. He goes in for the Sands of Bench.
Apil ka.
Joining
Ikay. Apil ka email. Alucard. San. Timpos ba?
They saw hatred. Very well.
Zero. Marta. Hala. Dagan ina. Dagan.
Unfortunately, will not commit to it. Vito will be able
Go
to
lagi.
stop Baloyski in that pool.
Tawa ka wala.
Notices the patterns in which Baloyski plays, and it might be detrimental.
Wala ah. Bisa ka sa ano.
ONIC Philippines, they're playing a very risky draft because they have a very tight window.
Kaon.
Their win condition. But right now, again, ONIC Philippines, they are good. Right now, I'm looking at them. If they can pull up a Navi, looking like they're about to lose, making RRQ Hoshi go into their own base.
Si Albert o si Baloyski. Ipahirag na. Doon na.
Pushing all the way through, trying to get a lot in terms of the.
Na si Ben o si...
He's actually really
Si Ben o si Kyrie. Ipahirag na.
Nah, ripa ninyo. Ripa na. Sin ka. Sin ka sa inyo. Magulat sa lima.
claim something here, maybe even try
Wala na, like, press dua wide.
They're gonna simply just take the trade. You put
Ala, naniwang na si Albert.
We're gonna go for the Lord.
Stress
And
na.
that is the Lord taken now, items up and ready.
Si Ben na. Si Baloy ang tanan din na. Ang core din na nila. Kay para parehag nang ba. Baloy o si Albert. Nga si Ben o si...
Going forward, not getting anything. Hatred on this Farsa. Only 1 death so far.
Ah, sakita oy! Ay, sakita oy!
See, Albert
Ah!
shot it by the side of one of the
Ah! Ah, sakita oy! Ah!
That is what he wants. This wasting the abilities, the resources from ONIC Philippines onto him as he
Di na
gets some
kasi
pressure on
Manya,
that top side.
Yeah, aga.
RRQ needs to
Wala na
rebuild
akong
right
mga
now.
anak.
The Lord was slain
Yata yung
so
mga anak
fast.
ko.
Beautiful.
Shades
Clear
of
eye.
game too.
Huh?
Wherein clearly RRQ Hoshi were in control.
Bagandot
ONIC
ko to.
found an out. But this is way worse now. This is serious business. RRQ Hoshi presenting
Apo ito.
such a threat.
Gikan to.
They've been finding ONIC more
Gikan
and more
kwarta.
now with those diversions from Clay. So they're using the learnings from game number 2 going into game number 3. And so far,
Bawa man ni buwad na.
the first phase of their draft is paying off because it seems to be the right amount
Yeah.
to sustain and peel for ONIC to think, can we commit this kind of gameplay? Can we keep trading this way?
Bawa
Because
buwad.
eventually, Sin's gonna catch up. This is what they were lacking from their lineup in game number 2.
Oh man, this is
Good boy,
just
yeah.
the battle of macro at this point. But ONIC Philippines, with this draft, they have very good high ground. Anton, Harris, and that Farsa with the help of
And
the
then RRQ Hoshi.
Esmeralda. It is a huge threat at this point. 4.5 thousand gold lead for RRQ, but doesn't
Saan sila, Joy? Saan kamot
Looking
sila,
at
Joy?
ONIC Philippines, and the reason why I'm a little bit worried is they do not have this comeback mechanic on their side. At least it's not
Baksa na taliyang.
acceptable right now. Boyski, he's gonna get targeted out. He's gonna break down, and this is the problem. No one
Hindi
can
case
deal with
is
the
there.
damage coming out from RRQ Hoshi.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. It is getting almost used up by Albert, taking Kyrie,
Balay!
forcing him to use the entropy as
Buang
they
ka,
keep
baluya ka.
pushing in that top side. Meanwhile, Zin, he has been just rolling. Look, they've given him the orange buff and
Di,
the
gwapo
purple
si
buff.
Baloy,
He's
eh.
fully stacking it in right now, and the later the game goes, the harder this guy will hit.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Ilan na
Albus can
minutes
take
tayo? 30
Kyrie's
minutes,
buff,
ganyan.
so he doesn't mind.
Asan niya?
Can I have this? And well, never mind.
13.
Don't have a choice.
Bago pang
Yeah, it's
13.
more for RRQ Hoshi, and can I just say how
Dala,
perfect
18 minutes.
the hero is
Huh?
for the situation right now for Sin?
20?
He's the kind of player that gets in your head, and the fact that he just pops the contract fate, and you're like, oh, where's he going? Where's he going? And then he just comes in such monster. He's gonna wreck you with one punch.
Di ba,
Essentially,
marathon
that's what he
magulo
does.
sila?
I love that.
Apa yung magulo sila sa runner?
See, this is what he's doing. He's looking. He's looking.
Yeah, he is
Asa po
looking,
yung mga
man.
tao,
That's-
ano man?
honestly, the pressure alone after popping that ultimate, you can see everyone on the map. You want to go for something, and ONIC, they instantly just group up. They're like, oh, all right, you're ulting. We need to group up. We need to stop doing this. But again, very good defense.
Ang kaldos, Joy. Ang kaldos.
So whether you're alone, whether you're grouping up, RRQ Hoshi has your number, and yeah, RRQ Hoshi looks like this could be checkmate.
Maybe, man, but honestly, the high ground is going to play a huge factor here for ONIC Philippines. They have all these heroes that are just so good at wave clear. RRQ will always be needing, always relying on the Lord if they want to go for some siege.
Look at this. Beloy's gonna walk right into Vin again in R7. It's so hard to be Beloyski right now. He's sitting at 2-5-2. The only real thing he can hope for is to get an execute done good, and nothing is good.
Oh,
for
ano?
him.
Oh, yeah, he's made a lot of ultimates there. 3, actually 5 ultimates. All of them
Baksa,
using
like-
the marking dashing with some unforce, unable to get anything. As that is
Day,
literally the best
kinamdam ko
moment
kay
to
Ra,
put
di na?
something on. It is 2 seconds
Kani, Day,
left
no?
until the enhanced
Kinamdam ko
weapons.
kay Ra, bay.
They want to set up for it, but look at how they're positioning themselves. They're actually
Gabi ka Gilray, nana bay, hari.
the Lord. They put their focus onto the purple buff first, not giving ONIC a chance to come back to take any of their resources.
But the thing is, I don't think Nathan really needs that purple buff as of right now, because what he really needs is just to survive and having enough space for him to hit his super position, because I believe that he has the damage. Right now, Vin, is he gonna engage on the Larski?
Yeah, he is. He's gonna go in, and that's gonna be a lot of damage placed onto him. But instant disengage from RRQ. No more commitment. They know that Sin has that bottom side of the map controlled. So all they need to do is wait. They don't need to take any of the crazy risks that they have taken to get to this lead.
So far, ONIC PH, they
Kaiban.
understand the dynamic between them and RRQ Hoshi. They know that they have their backs against the wall. They know that they cannot force out anything. And instead, they
There's
decide that
Evan.
they're going to go
Touchdown.
for the defense here. Concede the Lord second time in this 15-minute bout, giving RRQ Hoshi
Ang kadlaw din, oh.
8K gold lead.
Karon yung
Let's see what
basa.
happens. Oh, out of the way, boys. He gets picked up. And this might be huge. This might be the time
Yan, namatay man to.
to keep on going into the enemy base. Maybe even look for some crazy
Sige,
engages with
mag-storya ko.
diversion. Crazy pickoffs all across the board. What do you think?
That's all they do.
Ayan, Mingkay.
They don't even need to.
Nakukin niya, Mingkay.
Hoshi sometimes, the random ONIC PH member, like let's say Beloy's here, Delarski will walk in and get picked off. They can do that. They can afford to do that. And then now Sin, I think Sin is ready. Sin has built up a solid arsenal. few stacks given from their side of the map, and look at this, they're already going for the siege 2 lanes.
Let's see whether the siege can pay off. It is only establishing a lot of their abilities from the side of ONIC Philippines. Let's see if they can make it work. Or 17 can roll a whole lot of damage in the amount of time. Finn's going to be able to get the catch on the Lord as he goes into the ring. Look at play. He gets the members off the board. He's still able to defend right now, still able to go back away. But Marky, he just does so much damage on this Monforce, jumping back and forth, doing some damage. But yes, RRQ choose to back away. They got the 2 inhibitors, don't want to go for anything crazy. Look at the fight. What's happening? Right
Ano ba to?
the fight happening all the way. It's a pickup, but we didn't see
hurot!
R7
Pag
gets
tingnan nyo,
taken down
RRQ
as
mo.
well. ONIC Philippines now on the
Ano man to?
That was a Natalia play. You didn't see that, right?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
It was a side.
Nalipat ang kamera do yoy.
Now, ONIC Philippines looks like this is their weak condition. They're doing the
Pas mo, pakaan sa guna sila.
come into their base and
Ayaw
we
pa ko
talked
kay
about
mana
it
kung
from the
kaon.
RRQ. They don't have a lot of range. So
Ikaw dahil mana kaon, mana mo andoy, mana mo kaon.
as tools to dish out the damage.
Oh, wait a minute. Ben moves in very aggressively. Only himself right now.
Yeah.
As Kyrie goes in for
Yeah.
entropy, dealing a lot of damage onto him, but he's still so tanky. He can't take a lot of damage, but not for long. The longer this goes, it is going to be much easier to get him down. Killing being picked up, but Albert gets a pick off onto Beloisi on the other side. So at least they are trading something, and there is no neutral objective for ONIC Philippines, but it is slowly but surely them coming back.
So sa ko siguro ana doy, daog na siguro ni doy.
These
Sigog
teams get
push.
any kind of advantage, just one kill, just one turret, just one anything. It will
Ah?
transfer into something big. Right now, ONIC Philippines, instead of staying in their own
Doon ko
base,
nila.
they can actually go
Magtanong og mapa.
They can start looking
Dako may mapa.
and it is coming.
Nana
out.
sila pa daw, nana sila pa back.
Got the blade of despair. So if any from side
Ang
of
baon na na kay Flicker man si Mia. Mas kayo.
he can actually kill it.
That's not so bad actually. Beloisi's eating okay in this game despite being at 4, 7, and 2. So yeah, I may have to take my words back because there is something.
Maka-pressure po inanaway nila.
Up what ONIC Page puts
Kaya
down.
sila ko gay.
Yeah, oh, Pilarski goes in very aggressively, and
Sa
this
mga-
might be the damage coming in.
Oh!
Uy, was it?
What a pressure!
Is not going to be able to connect onto anyone. A major mistake on that side, and that is why Philippines still able to breathe. That could have been so good if he got Hatred and the Larski.
Pantay mo na si Mark
To be fair, it was 2 misses, 2 cancels, if I may, because Hatred had to
Boy,
call
ganun,
out the Van
batuan.
Air almost
Nawaray.
immediately.
Nabatuan.
That's what he said.
No,
Nasa
honestly, that
batuan
was
ka.
good news, bad news.
Nanag-
Ay, bata.
Basta
Bata.
bata.
Okay, what's the bad news?
Nothing.
We didn't see that. We didn't see that.
Gaya ay!
We didn't see that. We didn't
Ito
see
yung
that.
mabot ng 1 hour.
We didn't see that. It was a different part of the map.
Yeah, but honestly, those risky plays, that is what is going to get them the win. Because if they don't do that, you know, if you don't take the risks, right? The thing is, he tried to predict where the Farsa was going to go because Farsa had Flicker. He expected Farsa to flicker backward and then flicker as well. But again, Zin goes in, and that's going to be Clay picking up the kill. Most probably as Woloski tries his best to run away. Finally gets the kill. RRQ gets the 1-for-0 once more in the 19th minute of the game. About to the 20th, Albert starts the sword, and RRQ will have full pressure, maybe not even a contest from the side of ONIC.
So far, still 2 lords on the side of RRQ HOSHI, and the golden is rank at 6K.
The point I was trying to make was,
Sige,
I don't know why
napatay na si
Woloski
Balay. Ano yan?
tried to
Ganay.
go on, and I don't know why he tried to cut the wave. Right now, looking at the engagement coming in from the side of RRQ HOSHI.
Yeah, look at that. Diversion is able to bring them all the way to the backside. He's going to be able to go there, but Clay is going to be able to use the winner's truncheon.
Urot mo, RRQ. Gago mo, urot mo.
But it is
Urot
going to be
ninyo.
RRQ on
Urot
the
mo.
all
Urot mo.
the way.
Urot mo.
An ONIC fight. An
Urot.
ONIC fight. It
ONIC
happens
fight.
again. And that
Balik,
is
namatay ba?
RRQ unable to use that enhanced lord to get more on the board. Too greedy.
Again, another case of good news, bad news. Good news, it's the perfect diversion. We caught him. They're in this bush. The bad news is, yeah, Kyrie's right outside and he's just blasting us.
This is a situation where you look like you're gonna win, but you have to remember, for the side of ONIC, they have a lot of damage, even though, again, they don't have a lot of winning crowd.
Siya, away ni mo, day.
But if you don't catch them, then that's gonna be a problem. And again, I have to emphasize, RRQ HOSHI, they're using their own body. But right now, let's look at the views. We hit 3 million big viewers. Let's go! So close to beating the MC record.
3 million naman 1.0 ra ni. 1.9.
The thing is, guys, it's PH
Pride is indoor pride, but in the end, it's Mobile Legends Pride.
Huh?
Everyone work together right now. It's time to tell everyone you know to watch this match because this is peak Mobile Legends from ONIC Philippines and RRQ HOSHI. Let's break that record because guess what? We have some prizes waiting for all of you.
Yeah, this is not even the grand finals. Every single time RRQ HOSHI's on, the crowd jumps in. The crowd wants to see them play, and I'm glad that right now RRQ HOSHI, they are.
Pinoy lang siya kalam.
And they're looking
No.
strong again.
Basta mo Pinoy mo duwa jud na.
Side of ONIC.
Bisa ganang-ganang ka naging ganang mga issue tanaw.
Catch the bullet and then fire back.
Curious man guni mga Pinoy gabi ko mga utok ba.
Everyone is
Hello,
at full
hello
lineups,
to.
right? So it's
Hello.
all gonna be coming down to these catches. And Finn has been on point with the Tyrant's Rage, hasn't been on point with the Tyrant's Revenge.
We're approaching the point where even the roamers have full items.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, the mechanical skill cap is what's gonna matter. And Vin jumping right on Pilarski here, not gonna mean much because there is a counter engage just waiting to happen.
Beautiful Purify by Pilarski to get out of that one.
And right now, again,
Samo
this is a game where it's a test of nerves. It's a test of patience. Who loses their patience, they're gonna show signs of weakness because at 22 minute mark, and
Ay, may.
again, they're gonna come soon.
Tanga
So,
sa hindi niya.
this player
Oh.
should die right now. Even the
Sumangil ug ingon og hi maybe utang is
Yeah, I
hindi.
think it's at the point where TikTok timers are in full swing. As soon as we hit the 25-minute mark is when it starts to go down again and even out. So I think that's what these two teams understand. They're less gung-ho and less just eager
Ako, or
to
Puswan.
fight these engagements because they know that
Puswan,
even
asa may
a single
Puswan?
different
Uy na sila, uy,
means
kay
they
uy.
don't have the PNL, they don't have the chances to cancel Hatred's Feathered Airstrike. Same with ONIC PH. They know that Delarski has to
Puswan
have
eh.
the
Di ba ako yun nga, tanin ka, tangang mga suyok, pusuan.
is all about. That's what
Kanang
this
kani, postre.
is dictating.
Postre asa mo postre gud
Ako
na.
nakabawa niya kay tawag nila ba, basta kurka, pusuan tawag mo.
Kana batarunga puswan asa may 1 gud na.
Pus 5.
The bad thing is, RRQ.
Asa may pus 5 mo yan eh.
Pus 4. Uy, butang ano.
It's gonna be a 2.5 wave in that bottom side. Look at
Modern,
how it's going. 2 cannons and even
Nga,
one
nga ka man
down.
sila, ay
So
nga.
it's gonna be really hard for ONIC to keep on.
Yan ang ga, Italia man sila.
It's almost impossible.
Mati na dyan, mga.
Bro, bright iwagan.
Lagi.
Bro, bright.
Sige, mapatay niya ng matalyaw. Yan, kung ano ng iloy eh. Wala pilit na iloy eh.
That damage building again and again for Zim.
Yeah, but from the side of RRQ HOSHI, the lack of marksman, the lack of long-range physical damage does make it difficult for them to actually pull and end the game. So they do need this Lord. So from the side of ONIC as well as RRQ, this Lord is important. ONIC should not
Hatag na yan eh, contest.
to somehow make a miracle play, then this is their game to win.
Oh, RRQ, they can't take this. They need to go for the setup once again. They can't just go for crazy fights all across the board. Delarski has the Purify. They do not want to re-engage all the way onto Delar. And that's good.
Dili,
They don't
sa
use the
lambuan
time
natin
defense. They
yung
only use it to
contest
zone them away. And the Enhanced Lord once more will be taken by RRQ
Puna.
Diversion.
Uy, makalupig sa kani. Sa secretion of brain.
Hello! Sakit oy! Patay! Patay! Oh, wait a minute! Oh, wait a minute!
What was that? But baby.
The greed goes
Hoy, Albert!
literally just went through his
Paniwang dito!
and deceived two members of RRQ HOSHI, two of the greatest players who have ever touched this beloved esport, outplayed
Tanaw, manab ako.
single man.
Manab
Genius
upload
play
ni
by
May.
Pelosi.
But we're gonna have to see how it happens now. Zin diving to the back.
Oy! Oy!
Instantly off the board right now. Still able to
Patay na po. Dilarski, patay po na si Dilar. Patay lagi na Dilar lagi. Ilan kayo? Ah, patay shoot down.
Gamba, magkakurot na sila kontra, hoy!
It's wreaking havoc. Immortality has it bumped, and this is time for ONIC to look for something.
Patay na, hoy!
Used by Zin is able to come.
Nice kawan!
Finn looking for the engage.
Yan, kasi mahuman natin mahuman. Daog pa na. 3-0 na.
25 minutes in, and ONIC they defend the base one more time.
Uy, gamit lang si, wala nga, Baliski.
It's worth it.
Meron nga natalya, magyagod.
Pirates, 27 seconds. Zin 55. It's a good thing for the side of
Ikot
RRQ.
ka, clear
A
minions.
lot of members died. Zin died, that's unfortunate. But if 3 of them
4-9 siya, may
is
naka
away,
paid
then
buwang.
ONIC could end this game. And right now, big win again.
We did it! We
Huh?
broke
Si we did it,
May ngabot nga, ngabot ang kuan ba, na break nga record sa imto nga nga ba. Na 3 million na. Pag inagi kay 3 million naman, karon kinahambot na 310 million na.
Tanaw, magug ko.
For RRQ as the game continues.
Tanawa diba sa 14 ka kill, Luibe ka, Bawiski.
Right now, this game is on. Again, this is not even the finals, but the fans have
Ang mga 4 million na Pinoy nga tanaw.
and we want to see more. But in order for
Kita
that
na
to
kay Aldo
happen,
Sanay, 26 na sakit nga Aldo
they
sana.
need to find cracks in the side of ONIC Philippines. They have to find ways
1
to
hour nakuha, oy.
actually end the game. But right now,
Mag-delete na po
26
ko, ane.
minutes in is looking very difficult. They need the Lord, but what else do they need?
They need to make sure that the vision play from RRQ Hoshi is somehow sidestepped again, just how Baloyski did
What up,
2 or 3 months ago.
Oh, sunod Lord, makuha sa kuan
Find a way
daw
to
na punta.
deceive RRQ Hoshi because RRQ Hoshi has complete information.
Hoy, namatay, luye! Nora! Tinaran pa!
Ani mo na ni.
Nora! Patay!
Patay. Uy, buyback. Nice ka, ikaw matay kay napakay kuan immortality.
Sin!
Daog na ni. Daog na ni hoy.
Agi, ababwang.
Bro, sige baloy!
They're on the back foot.
Una,
They
ulo.
crossed the 2
Damit ah.
and on
Amo akis dala. Dilar gyud tabay gyud baksin ni
Dala.
Luibe.
Dala. Oh, kana ba dia? Ewan ka dala.
3.1 million people
Dilar hoy.
are experiencing now. They are witness to a brand new
Dito noy.
level.
Pwede yan, baloy, pid mo ang
Because
5'9".
just exactly what happened there.
Sa 14 siya mi ya wala. Mati man na pa okay ra gupat. Sus, ginapaira pa na. Rapaela pa na. Ay gibante yo Rapaela. Nice ka one. Patay na.
Ay, si Kaway paluwap!
Patay na. Ay na ba? Maeng na ay.
They keep on marching in. And this might
Patay na. Tambak is real.
Tower! Patay! Baloy! Tower na! Way dami siya!
The base is going to be targeted right now.
Tower! My God!
Clear. The minions will be able to.
Wait, Chris!
ONIC! Wow! Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!
Upset after upset after upset. And
Warak hamba.
days into the playoffs.
Warak hamba. Kaya mapildi na. Yan ka mapildi na.
Mabili na.
Iyon na siya mapildi na.
Magkakay rito!
Unik na hoy.
From the
Unik
field.
time. Unik time na. Ikaw mo. Lapid ka mo. Ikaw pa.
Unig ka. Blacklist na.
May gamit siya. Gamit si Juan pag-last. Kawa ka
Blacklist na. Blacklist na. Di ka unig.
Gamit si Baloy na silence niya si Lance.
Yeah.